Hey everyone, Lensmanoz and the girls again this week, no Max again. This is episode 29. How you doing, girls?
We're doing good.
Good. So what are you working on?
The castle.
Blood sockets.
Oh, you're still working on the blood socket. So, a word of warning for all people playing this at home. Not the best idea to use a bound blade on a compressed zombie. I crashed the server doing it. It did not like it at all. So I figured probably not the best idea to use the bound blade on the compressed zombie. It was working on other mobs. I wasn't getting too many drops, but yeah, when I hit the compressed zombie, that was it. It's all over. We had to reboot the server. So Jamerella seems to be lighting up the interior here. I've handed her the book that Manx got for Christmas so she can have a bit of a look at maybe continuing what I was doing. Jamerella finished off the iron quest that we were doing last episode over here, the hand-in one, this thing here. And then it asked for gold, it asked for 25,000 gold. So she went through and did that one. I'm going to claim that reward. And then she followed it right up by doing the 1,000 diamonds. So well done, darling.
Thank you.
We've got a lot of storage now. That's like a lot. I mean, I could probably pull 4 of these apart and turn them into, or 3 of them apart and turn them into the next storage up, which is what? Storage. So 256, you go up to the 1024. So I could probably pull. So probably could do that. We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so if I take these and then can I not pull them apart? Use. I thought you could pull these ones apart. Ah, yeah. So I just shift right click to them and it's pulling the storage component out. And I should be able to convert them into the 1024 like this. So let's see if we've got what we need to make the 1024. Where are we? This one? What am I missing? One of these. Let's see if this will make it fairly quickly. One of them. So that's the 1024, and then I should be able to combine one of these, just one, thanks, and one of them, to get the 1024, and then we're only using 1 spot in the disk drive instead of 3. So I'm going to do that with these other ones real quick. And then we'll make 2 more of the 1024s. So we're technically, I guess we're getting a bonus because we're only 3 of these is what, 750 something. So let's grab 2 more of these logic processors. And I'm glad I've got this auto crafting. It's so much easier. And we'll need 2 of them. The other ones can go away. 2 of them. Hopefully we've got what we need to make 1, 2, and 1, 2. Awesome. So that gives us tons of storage space. Tons and tons. So we could literally set up another quarry somewhere. Do I still have that? Oh no, it's up on the moon at the moment, isn't it? I'm probably going to bring that one back because we were looking into the next quest in this line and it's draconium. So after the diamonds is draconium. So we need 10,000 draconium ingots. Not sure how many we have now. We don't have tons at all. But 98. So we do have the farm working overtime, I guess, with seeds making draconium. Making draconium essence somewhere in here. We've got 4 in there. But there are a bunch of seeds. I went and put all this, as many seeds as I could find into here. And it's been planting them as needed out here. So there's no seeds in there now. So I'm sure there'll be some... Oh, there's one. Somewhere there. I saw it. There. There's one right there. So I mean we could... I wonder if we can set up some sort of sprinklers. Ooh, we've got agricraft sprinklers. I wonder if we could... Oh, I don't know whether that'd like spam the system out, but we could probably set up a bunch of sprinklers over the top of this and get this really cooking. Might be something worth doing. Or some Sigil of the Green Grove or something, but we need automated blood for that. So we're working towards the Draconium. One thing we could do is we could go to the end and we could fight the dragon.
Not without Manx.
Not without Manx. So we'll have to do that next week. Mind you, it'll be 2 hits with this sword that I've got, the plus 44 sword. She'll
Plus
die,
mine.
She'll die real quick.
Plus mine.
But yeah, and there's plenty of draconium in the end. There's also a little bit in the nether, and there's a little bit in the overworld, because we were getting it from our quarry over there. So what I was thinking is perhaps bringing the quarry back from the moon, and turning it just into a regular quarry, not one that digs out a hole, but just a normal, so making a standard quarry card, one of the, just this quarry one, not the clearing quarry. So just one of these, let's make one now. Shape card, quarry. Oh, what else do I need? I need a diamond pick. I need a diamond shovel. Diamond. One of them, and then we should be able to just make a regular quarry shape card. You know what, we could probably just make another one. I don't think I've got any builders in here. Yoink. There we go. Build a block. Tesseract. Should be a few of them in here. And what else do we need? Just a Tesseract. So I don't have any Tesseracts that come back to the system yet. That'll transfer power. Whether I do another one of these receivers or the like. Trees. Nothing. Or finish. Okay. So, is it? Do I have my stuff on? Let's just jump up the moon quickly. Now, I can't remember if I picked up my stuff up here or if I left it. Loading. Loading. Everything's black. Overworld looks pretty today, amongst all those stars.
You lagged me and crashed me.
I crashed everything.
Well
Alright,
done.
I'll be back. Okay, so I'm not going back to the moon. That was a nice hard crash, and when I came back I was in the overworld again, so you know what? For the purposes of keeping this series continuing on and being able to record, I'm not going back to the moon. It'll be fine. So what I thought is we could actually use this RF Tools dimension builder and create another dimension where we can go mining or quarrying without too many other hiccups. So let's start. I need probably some conduits, not item conduits. Really? Really? Must be in my bag. Oh, here they are. So I'm going to set up some of the RF Tools machines. I'm going to need a few of them. I've got the dimension inscribed, but what I also want to do is get, what was it? Not that. One of these would be cool, but I don't have any of the dimensional shards yet, and you'll only get that from your first dimension. So I'll want a Dimlet researcher. One of them. I want the dimension inscriber. And I'm also going to need blank dimension, I think. Oops. Let's grab a couple of these. So I'm just going to go out here. I know the base is getting fairly messy. I mean, I'm kind of resigned to the fact that this is now more of a creative series than one where I'm building to live sort of thing, because we've been using EMC and which is fairly cheaty, and working through that way. So let's drop this thing down here and then get some conduits. Hopefully I don't crash servers doing this stuff. We'll set this up to be on the right network, so that's full of power. Not that one, I want this one, and this one, and this one. 1, 2, 3. So the Dimension Builder is going to hold a ton of power. And all I'm going to do really is throw this in here. And I'm just going to store, because that's going to give us a random dimension. It's going to cost 2,000 RF a tick to create it. It's going to cost 10 RF a tick to maintain it. So this could be terrible. This dimension that I've just made could be terrible. Let's throw it in here. And it's making itself, so it's 2,000 RF a tick while it's making it. It's just created a new dimension, and its ID is 2. It's using 20 RF a tick. It's specified 10 RF a tick apparently, but it's using 20. That's alright. That's working. The next thing I'm going to want is a way of getting back. So we'll get a charged porter perhaps. And our Dimlet researcher we're going to use when we get some more Dimlets. So let's go and get a charged porter. What have we got here? One of these. Don't know if we can go the advanced one. No, they need to be infused. But it's charging itself up at the moment from my wireless battery. And we need to sneak right click on a receiver to set it to home. So that's this one. So whenever I right click on this, I'll teleport to this spot. It'll use more power cross-dimensionally, but that's okay, because when I get back home, it'll charge itself back up. Okay, let's see. Let's put this away. I've got a flux point. We've got the builder. We've got the data emitter and some cable and a node to be able to... I need a chest. And probably some sort of chunk loader, actually. Do we have chunk loaders in this? I forget. I always forget what we have and what we don't have, depending on the pack we're playing. So that's right. This one needed the MFR chunk loader, which is now sitting on the moon. Unless we can... Someone's infusing something.
Made boots.
You made your boots?
Yep.
Awesome. That's the first bit of bound armor. I'll just get a world anchor. I don't think I've got one in here, do I? No. The world anchor. And some ender pearls. Okay. You know what I might take? I might take one of our tesseracts, and I'm gonna make let's make a dialing device. And a transmitter. That's what it's called. One of these. I'll take one of these. So we'll set it up. Once we get there, we'll set it up. Alright, so potentially I'm about to go across dimensions again, kids. So this could, I guess, crash us. So I'm going to stop recording. We'll get this other dimension to load, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I made it into the new world. It seemed to load perfectly fine. It looks like it's a checkerboard pattern world with what looks like rainforest biomes and what are these ones? Savanna. So, bit of a weird arrangement. But yeah, so far I haven't flown around much, but it just seems to be checkerboard. So we'll see what we can get from this world. I'm going to set up, I brought a tesseract. So let's set up the bits and pieces that we need. We'll set it up here. We're going to want bring conduit. Yeah, I've got conduits. So let's just dig out under here, like so, and get our conduits under 1, 2, 3, and probably one here, like so. And then I want tesseract set to main energy receive, and then we're going to put our matter transmitter there and our dialing device here. I'm going to call this mining world. Same with this one. Awesome. So now we can dial from mining world back to home and everything is hunky-dory. So it's going to night time here. I do want to set up this quarry, so this builder, just to sort of, I'm not sure, hopefully we'll get, actually let's put a thing here. Not that it really matters, because I have the charge porter. But let's go and see if we can find one of the RF tools dimensions houses. It gives you the shards and the potential to get other dimension stuff. We'll have a little bit of a look around. I don't want to go too far because this is obviously generating chunks, and that can be a little bit laggy for the girls while they're trying to play. Hopefully, oh, there's one. Here's one of our houses. So in this world there should be the dimensional shards, like I showed you before, to enable us to infuse stuff. So here we go, we've got some unknown dimlets, which, as I said before, we'll run through our little our thing to check what they are. So we'll grab them, and we've got our first dimlet is material cobblestone. We've got a few more on here. What are these ones? Let's turn the light on. Liquid honey, weather light thunder, and mob sheeps. So I like to turn the light on to say yes, I've been through this one. Either that or I break a door off or something. But what we can do is set up our quarry. This looks really weird. Why are you like that? Thorn vines hanging from nothing. Oh look, we've got desert out here now, so it's checkerboard pattern, but it's actually got multiple biomes, which is pretty cool. So this is a desert biome, and that one we were just in, this little water one, is actually a hell biome. That's interesting. So we could get all sorts of materials from this world. There's another one of those huts. There's another one. Look, this is awesome. So I'm going to set up this builder. It looks like we've also got chance cubes here. So give me a few minutes to set this up, and we'll get another source of materials coming in. I know we've got tons and tons at home, but the main bit I want to do is get these dimensional shards. So hopefully this, what's that down there? Oop. That's a chance cube underwater. Hopefully these this builder allows me to get what I want. But yeah, I'm just going to set it up and basically quarry out a bunch of terrain, and I'll be back when I'm done. Right, I'm back. I've set up the quarry, or the builder block. I've got the shape card done. What I did for this one is I used the waypoint system and the ability to teleport around, which is nice and cheaty, but it gives me the ability to pretty much, I jump 2,000 blocks in 2 directions, and I've set it up. It's in here. I've run some power cable under here. I forgot about the flux point limitation, as it needs to be in the same world as the original, the other one, the flux, whatever it is. So they've got to be in the same world. So it's fine for one dimension teleporting of power, but not cross-dimensionally. So I've just run cables under the floor here and hooked it up to the builder. It is currently on. I have also set it to void certain items. So it'll void stone and cobble, dirt, etc. And same deal, push it into the chest. This is called Mining World. It's not set up at the other end, so it won't be pulling out of here yet. I could probably get one of the girls to do it, but that's cool. But I've got the world anchor down. It's got some ender pearls in it, and it'll last X amount of time. So I'm going to jump back home. This, as I said, this world is different. We've got some, we've got some stuff over here, some desert over here, and it's fairly consistent. Like this area down here was just more of the savanna stuff, and over here was a bit more savanna and rainforest. So I'm not exactly sure what the world looks like in terms of resources, but there's definitely going to get some of the shards that we need to be able to infuse some of our machines. So let's mining world home, dial once, and hope for the best. Yoink. Alright. So now I think one of these isn't hooked up to anything. So this one, I don't know why it's flickering, but hopefully that's receiving stuff now. Not sure why that's flickering. That's odd. Worst case, I'll set up a tesseract and I'll run the items back into that tesseract that's in that other world. But that is a little strange that is flickering. And I don't know whether that means we're getting materials in. Let's have a look in the item router. No, I don't know if we are actually, so that's a little bit odd. Yeah, might have to do the tesseract, and might actually have to get a tesseract into this system somewhere. So maybe I'll run I don't know, what's this one doing? It's main. It's got power on it from there's a flux point under here somewhere. So I might actually have to run an AE interface or something here. Connect it up. Might be the quickest way of doing this to get the items back. But that's just one other way of getting some more items from the other dimension. So I'll do that in a minute. That's very similar to what we've already got. That's weird. It looked like my server just tried to unload World 2. Considering there's a chunk loader there, it shouldn't have done that. No, I don't want that. What do I want that for? Let's get an interface. I wonder if it'll be able to just straight connect. Try break here. Let's go this way. These are the days of trial and error. Error normally. Lots of error. How you going with that armor, Dragon?
I still am doing the pants.
She's having a little bit of trouble keeping up with the blood she requires for it at the moment, I believe, is what she was saying to me.
Yep.
Receive items, yep. So I'll need to go back to the other world.
Because I am literally having to, like, only be able to do 2, then refill really quickly. So I'm, like, topping it up as fast as I could between each one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably about how it is, because you need 30,000 LP for each blood socket, right?
Yep.
So let's have a quick look. We'll see if we can help Dragon real quick here. So I do have a sacrificial knife, and I did make myself a basic orb. But yeah, so having that...
You're supposed to bend when you sacrifice.
No, you're not. Doesn't matter. As long as I'm near the thing, it should work.
Can you stop for a minute? I'm going to check something.
Sure.
Keep going, never mind.
And the fact that the server's on peaceful doesn't, helps us a bit here. No need to eat. So you set up the filter like I said to?
Yeah, but I've got them held so I could...
So you can fill it back up. How much is in there now?
63,500 LP.
So you can get 2 done at the moment.
Yeah. But it'll empty it entirely, so...
Well, it's 30,000 each, so it won't be quite empty. Anyway, there's a bit of my blood. I'm going to run over here. Too late, I've run away.
No! Then give your knife to Jamerella.
Well, she's doing stuff.
And?
Alright, I'm going to cut again. I'm just going to fix up the other end of this tesseract. So all I'm going to do is run some item conduits and a couple of conduit upgrades. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I fixed this end of it. I've just put the item conduit in, run it under the floor here, set up the tesseract. Let's pick up that cobble. So tesseract to send only back to the main. Things seem to be going. I threw a 15 of the item conduits in, which is the max amount. So they are going back. It's set to run, and this thing is cruising. And yep, there goes a dimensional shard just there. I'm getting some diamonds. All sorts of good stuff is flowing in. So that, if we look now, you can see where it is. Here's this line of dirt that it's done, which is cool. So I think I did it just off the line of where the digger was, because I didn't want it to bulldoze any of our stuff. There you go. That's what it's done. So it's actually, I think that's I've got an idea. This isn't quite right either. I'm going to need to make a quick edit to this card. I don't think it's doing the depth that I want. Although it's hitting diamonds, so it should be. Shape box. It's got Y level 15. Let's just watch it for a second. 10, 9, yep. 2, 60. Yeah, so it's coming up to... okay, so it's not quite going the full depth. So let's just quickly take this out for a second. So it's going 66 high with a center at 35 down. So let's go 80. And make this at 40. Go. Look, the lever's turning the world anchor off. That's my problem. That's why it keeps unloading. Good thing I saw that then. The lever on the side, that'll keep it going. So this, what are we doing now? Going to level 69. That's pretty good. That's about the height of where we're at. So you can see here now it's chewing through a bit of other stuff. Making sandwiches out of leaves here. There we go. Still not 100% sure what it's doing, but with the way the builder works, it should be doing it in layers. That's cool. We'll work it out. We're getting some items. It's dropping down to the bottom and replacing everything with dirt. Prevents lag. Things is still working. We're getting items, maybe. Oh, it's already done this bit, so it's probably not. Should be voiding dirt. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you all for watching. Please come back next episode, and I don't know what we'll do. We're working more towards that draconium, so I wouldn't mind making perhaps a world that has some items that aren't normally in it. So we'll do we'll create a custom world, I think, eventually, perhaps with draconium in it, just to last a couple of seconds to be able to pull what I need out of that world. But we need to get the card for that, and for that we're going to need a few more of those little buildings with the extra dimension stuff in it, the dimlets. What's happened to you, sheep? You're buried in the ground. Anyway, please leave your comments in the section below. Thank you for watching. Say goodbye, girls.
Bye. Bye.
See you later.